Hey everyone, it's Tobes, and welcome to your second monitor. Today, for Midweek Magic, we are doing the Brawl Builder Challenge. This is a Brawl event, which means you're building a Brawl deck. Brawl, of course, is a 100-card singleton format that has a commander. As opposed to a regular commander, it doesn't have commander damage. It's 1 versus 1. Both players start with 25 life, and you can have a Planeswalker as your commander, just by default. Which is notable for this challenge because this is an Edge of Eternities Brawl Builder Challenge, meaning you have to build a Brawl deck with an Edge of Eternities commander at the helm of your deck. So you could choose the colorless Tezzeret if you wanted him to be your commander. But as with the new change with Edge of Eternities coming out, we now have spacecraft and vehicles that are legends that can be your commander. So that's why I have built the Infinite Guideline Station. Now, I should mention the Brawl Builder Challenge is a phantom event, which means you can build your deck out of cards that you don't have in your collection without crafting them. I forgot that, so I went ahead and crafted all these cards. But you don't have to. You can build whatever deck you want. It will look like you don't have the cards in your collection because you don't, but it will still validate for the event. So here's what we're doing for this deck. The IGS is a 5-mana commander that casts for WUBRG. It's a spacecraft. It says when it enters, it makes a tapped 2/2 colorless robot creature token for each multicolored permanent we control. So we've got a lot of multicolored permanents. It also has station, and when it has 12 charge counters, it becomes a 7/15 flyer that, when it attacks, draws us a card for every multicolored permanent we control. So it has 2 abilities that care about multicolored permanents, so we've got a lot of those. Obviously, it's a 5-color deck, so we're going to be focusing on a few monocolored cards, things that will get us mana or fix our mana, and plenty of different kinds of removal to go along with that. We also have, what are we trying to do with this? We're trying to take advantage of the fact that we're going to be stationing. Stationing requires us to tap things, so we have some cards that care about tapping, like Wily Duke, draws us a card and gains us life whenever it becomes tapped. We have a lot of cards that care about counters, because we can not just put counters on our creatures, but we can also proliferate our counters on our creatures and the charge counters on the IGS. So Merfolk Skydiver is a sort of bottom of our curve friend that helps us with this because it puts a counter on something and proliferates. And then at the top we have the gross Kaldheim Vorinclex that doubles our counters and halves our opponent's counters. We have Atraxa. We do have this Atraxa, but we also have the regular 4-drop Atraxa, the original, that will proliferate every end step of ours. We have things like Doubling Season. You get the idea. We're also taking advantage of the fact that we have some multicolored nonsense going on. So Rienne, Angel of Rebirth, gives all of our multicolored creatures +1/+0, and when they die, we get to just put them back in our hand at the beginning of the end step. We have Shadow Prophecy, which lets us look at domain number of cards, which we have quite a bit of different basic land types going on in this. Speaking of which, because this is a phantom event, I went ahead and gave us a kind of a premium land base. So this is almost all of the shock lands and almost all of the triomes. Normally I would be running something that's cheaper, like tri-lands and check lands and what have you, just because I like to build my decks on a budget. But this is a phantom event, and I've got these in my collection, so might as well go with it. Now you'll notice it's not every triome and shock land, because when you look at the color balance of this deck, Rakdos is contains the 2 least represented colors, black and red. So even though we have several cards that are black or red, it's not the most represented. So for example, the Blood Crypt is not in here, and I think we're missing a triome that's got red and black in it as well. So yeah, beyond that, we just have a whole bunch of fun cards that are fun to play together, and we want to just outvalue our opponent with more WUBRG nonsense. Lots of good things to do with that. Plus cards that will make, tokens and let us do more things with those tokens that will give us more proliferate, and just surprise our opponent with what we have. So this deck is, the list is in the video's description below, so if you want to check it out, feel free. I should also mention that if you like just Commander beyond Brawl, I've been releasing a new Edge of Eternities Commander deck every Thursday since Edge dropped, and I'll continue to until the end of this month when the Spider-Man set comes out. So if you want to see some, what I consider to be pretty sweet brews of Edge of Eternities Commander decks, please check out the playlist for them, which is also linked in this video's description. So I had a little bit of a recording problem, so I've actually already played through the event, but we're going to do what we always do, which is play through until we get at least 3 wins. So let's get started. I think this is a pretty fun event. I really think Edge of Eternities is a cool set. Oh, we're right in. So this is game 1. Ooh, Val, Marooned Surveyor. Oh, this is the Alchemy one. Yeah, that's really sweet. This hand gives us 4 of our colors. It would be nice if we had red, but we've got the ley line in our hand, so we do have red. And that's all right with me. Always thrilling to start the deck, or start a game with a ley line in play. Ley line with the Guild Pact makes all of our non-land permanents all colors, so we draw a huge amount of cards with IGS, and makes all of our lands every basic land type. So unless Val is going to get rid of the ley line, which they have green and white in their... Ooh, goodness. There's the monkey. I think we need to get out a blocker for the monkey. Why don't we just get out Wandertail Mentor. It's a 2/2. When we expend 4, it gets a counter, and it can tap for red or green, but I'd rather lose it than lose Ruby. So Val is a 3-mana Naya commander, a 2/3 vigilance. When they discover, investigate, scry, surveil, or seek, they do a damage to us and gain a life. So that's really cool. I would like to build this deck myself. I was out of town a couple of weeks ago when the Alchemy set actually dropped, so I didn't get to do my usual midweek Magic event for that. I would have enjoyed it. But that's not to say that I can't, or you can't, build a cool deck with Val on your own. Great art, too. And there she is. Alright, I guess... Yeah, I guess we just play Ruby and a Shockland tapped. Since there's nothing more for us to do this turn, we can Annie joins up next turn and kill Val, which will be helpful. Interested to see what they do here. Fleshwood Verge. Oh, this one, yeah. Search for Glory. Okay, they're going to spend their turn tutoring. We will take the 2 when they attack. Searching doesn't trigger Val. Trelasara? Oh, okay. So there's some life gain shenanigans. Maybe it's just the Val life gain? We'll see. 2/3 vigilance for 2 is pretty good. We can Invigorating Hot Springs, that'll be nice. But first, let's Annie joins up and kill Val. A lot of times in Brawl, I don't know what it is, early interaction with a player that's just gotten their commander out tends to make people scoop. I don't know what the deal is with that, but sometimes you just don't build a very resilient deck. I get it. It's Val. Alright, she's back. We're going to shock in this Hallowed Fountain so we can get the Guideline station. And I think, yeah, 4 robots. Seems nice. We'll station with Ruby. It's 1. 1's not none. Ooh, a little more life gains synergies. Trelasara is going to get quite big. Invigorating Hot Springs is very nice because once we get the Guideline station up and running, well, it'll already have the equivalent of haste since it's already in play. Oh wait, this is an infinite loop? That sucks. Good job, Joey Zimmers. That's disgusting. I hate this. I would have... What would I have done if I had noticed? Nothing, I guess. Because they revealed... Did they reveal Trelisara before we killed Val for the first time? I think maybe they did. Yeah, they definitely did. Should have kept up. Well, no, it wouldn't have mattered because Annie joins up. Comes in at sorcery speed. Well, we just let him kill us, I suppose. It's at least making them have to scry over and over. So that's funny. That's disgusting. Didn't even think about the scry built into Trelisara when I saw it. Amazing. This is like a less fun version of Amalia combo. Like Amalia and Wild Growth Walker. Well, we're going to give them a good game, and we'll give them the Love Hedron. And then we're going to die. Alright. An inauspicious game 1. We'll see how many other matchups with Val we get. When I played through this event the first time, didn't see Val at all. But at least we know what to look for now. Alright, into game 2. We are against... Hey, Menon, the right hand. This is a cool deck. Check that playlist I mentioned of commander decks if you want to see what I did, commander-wise, with this one. Alright, this is a challenging hand. This is an 8-drop. We can't play the Fabro Elder yet. We can only blow their things up. I don't love this. We're going to mulligan. Okay, we've got a little bit more in the way of lands. We've got a Chromatic Lantern. We've got an Obscura Charm, even though we don't have any blue yet, but we will. Yeah, I'll take it. Let's start off with our Indotha Triome, since we want to do as much preparation as we can. Cloudfin Raptor. Ooh, Rafine's Tower's there. Let's do Rafine's Tower instead. Gives us white and blue. Cloudfin Raptor has Evolve. That's interesting. Wizard class? Sure. So we will Zeatora. And we'll hold up Source of Plowshares for when they play something that would trigger the Raptor, maybe? We might want to get rid of Menon. Menon is very strong. Buster Sword, sure. They still can't attack us, and that is okay with me. Or at least not profitably. Let's play our Plains and a Chromatic Lantern so we can hold up our Sword to Plowshares. Next turn we could get out the Guideline Station, but we don't really get anything for it if we do. Obscura Charm lets them bounce something. I think we're going to just do this. Let's see, if they counter this, that's fine. We've gotten a counter spell out of their hand. Yep. Sounds good. So what does the Buster Sword actually give them? It gives them +3/+2. They draw, and they can cast something for free. Wow, that's pretty good. Fog Bank is very nice. We can Obscura Charm them to kill that Cloudfin Raptor if we feel like it, and I think we probably will do that. Maybe they'll counter it too. But we'll give them a chance to cast spells first. Interesting that they're not casting artifacts too much with Menon. They can Divination here, and they do. We'll try and blow up their Cloudfin Raptor. It works. They can equip the Buster Sword if they want to Fog Bank, but Fog Bank can't attack, so... Got a little more land than we do. We can Fabro Elder. Interesting. Here is that Fabro Elder. And we'll Beast Strider as well. Beast Rider, rather. Which will be nice with Fabro Elder eventually. So next turn, I think we can infinite guideline station, station up to 5. I think that's probably all we do. The lunar whale. Huh. Neat. Little redundancy for them. Command tower. That's guideline. Works. Make some friends. Let's play Mondrak using Fabro Elder. Essence capturing Mondrak, that's rough, but I don't mind. Play Chatterfang. Would have been nice to get Chatterfang out before the guideline station, but it's okay. Lunar Whale is a vehicle? Huh. I don't know anything about Final Fantasy. Maybe that makes sense to everyone watching. But we'll go ahead and station up the station as much as we can to 6. And at the end step, the Beast Rider will untap all of our friends. Which doesn't do much for us right now, but we'll see what they do with Menon. So the Lunar Whale needs to be crewed for 1, which they can now do with their Fog Bank. If it attacks, they can play the top card of their library, which they kind of already can. It is an artifact, but this lets them do more with it. Alright, we'll see what's going on here. If we attack with the guideline station, we do draw 3 cards. Presently. Maybe we want to do Buster Sword on Menon. Sounds good. Do they crew the whale with Menon? Do they crew the whale with the Fog Bank, or leave them up with a pretty good blocker? Tune in, hopefully momentarily, and we'll see. Buster Sword, they have to hit us. Well, let's build it up, I guess. Station using robots only. And let's see if they do something to our station. To the IGS if we attack with it. So they can deal out 9 damage, it looks like, if they want to try and kill it. That's not enough. So we'll draw 3. Drawing 3 did okay for us. Get lost isn't nothing. Yep, we can't do any damage there. We can play spells. And we'll pass the turn. Now, Get Lost is pretty good for them if we hit one of their things with it. Because it means that we're giving them 2 map tokens in exchange for whatever they get rid of. So they're probably up. You know, they come out ahead by 1 artifact. Still, not terrible. Alright, whenever they draw, they get counters. They are welcome to. Five mana or 7 if they're casting artifacts off the top of their library. Okay, Gilded Pinions, that helps. They pay 2, but they get a treasure and an equipment, both of which they can tap for blue that they can use to cast spells somewhere other than their hand, so they're sort of mana neutral. Ooh, Gadwick. Tome of Gadwick. Quick creature gets +1/+0 and ward 1, and when it equips, they get a random card from the spell book. Interesting. Okay, makes sense. Upgrade aerial unit lets them surveil, so they get to play things off, or play with the top of their library. See if they put anything from their graveyard, or if they want to keep what's on top. They can't play everything on the top of their library inherently at flash speed, however. So we can respond to whatever they do next with Get Lost. Excellent. Menon goes back to the command zone. They're going to put the tome on something else, maybe? Oh, the Buster Sword. Okay. Sure, feel free. It cost them their treasure to do that. Alright. Yeah, Farseek doesn't help us a lot, but let's get something. We'll get another Triome, I guess. Let's say Rogran. Not a lot of help, but it's something. We'll attack with the station so we can draw some more cards. Those are okay cards. We've got a lot of mana. So we'll play Rien. Drop our planes. Here is Lotho. And we can always fuss or bother. Fuss and bother, I suppose it is, on their turn if we feel like it. Actually, no, we can't do it right now. That's fine. We'll activate this. Make everything big for no reason. Then, yeah, we can't do it both ways. That's fine. Pass the turn. I would prefer to be able to bother, because it doesn't just give us Thopters, it gives us squirrels from Chatterfang. Ruined Crab is not that big of a deal. Maybe they'll cast another spell. We'll lose a life and make a treasure. Not that we're hurting for mana. What do we have? 9, 14, 15 mana? 16 now with this treasure. They've got Menon back. The Temporal Anchor, very cool. This is a great card in their deck. They get to mess with the top of their library by scrying, and when they scry at the bottom, they exile those cards, and then while they're exiled, they can use their artifacts to cast those things. Because the spells in exile aren't in their hand, so Menon lets them cast it with the mana from their artifacts. Interesting that this text is not expanded very much. I feel as though it ought to be. Alright. Elazilkor is a card that may help us a little bit, but all that matters about it is multicolored. So we get to draw 6 cards, I think. Yeah, right now. So many lands. Doubling Season's nice, doesn't help us a whole lot. But with Fuss and Bother, maybe. Sure. Fogbank is not as bad for us as it seems. I'm not that worried about it. We're going to Doubling Season. We're going to Fuss and Bother to make some Thopters and some Squirrels. And to Surveil a little bit. That's a pretty good Surveil. Get Absolute Virtue next turn. Sounds good to me. Get an awful lot of Elazilkor triggers. Play Spar's Headquarters, and Intangible Virtue. And that's it for them. They can't get through it. We could always use any one of our treasures and Chatterfang, you know, treasure for black, Chatterfang to kill Menon and just keep killing Menon. Doubling season with Fuss and Bother and Chatterfang is pretty good. Alright, good game, opponent. Ooh, I hate getting 20 gems because it is a rare we could have used. Oh, no witnesses is nice. Alright. Let's keep going. I believe this is game 3. It probably is. Okay, Sammy, Wildcat Captain. My deck for Sammy will release in a few weeks. This hand is really tempting, because if we get a white source, we get the Fabro Elder, but let's mulligan. Ooh, this isn't great either. I hate to go to 6, but here we go. This is a little better. We can deal with this. What do we get rid of? We've got black. We've got blue, but it's the same thing. Blue and green, blue and green. We don't have any red. Yeah, good point. So I'm thinking Anna is probably better than Joshua. So we'll just hang out and hope for the best. Inchblade Companion. I don't know that card. Let's find out what it is. Oh, it's one of the Kamigawa alchemy cards. Oh, and Chrome Mox. Okay. Yeah? Oh, you don't exile anything under Chrome Mox? Okay. Well, let's play this green source and pass. So we've got 4 of our 5 colors. We just need red. And we can play Tainted Observer if we want. Spark Hunter Mastercore, really? Zagoth Triumph does not give us red. So I think I would rather get out a blocker for their Inchblade Companion, which they probably won't attack with. They'll just equip it, or reconfigure it, I should say. Still looking for red. Do we play Izuri? No, I don't think so. Not yet. It does let us proliferate and draw, which is nice. Oh yeah, we won't block. Alright. Spar's Headquarters also doesn't give us red. If we... We'll just play this. And we're going to Shadow Prophecy. It'll cost us 2 life, but we get to see a few things. Alright. What do I like out of this? I like Farseek, gets us our red. And I sure like Tatiova, but Fabro Elder is probably the right choice. Okay. Well. We're already below 20. And they're not going to attack with the Inchblade Companion while we have the Tainted Observer here, but... yeah, that's better. Double reconfigure, okay. So let's not block. Yeah, they get their Celestus trigger. Draw and discard. So Fabro Elder will be a 4/4 right now. If we play the Temple Garden... oh, if we play this Plains... then we can proliferate, but why do we care about proliferating? Good point. So instead, we will Fabro Elder, and we will Farseek. No, we do not want to do this. Decline. Farseek. Am I missing more than I think I am? Do I have... I've got black, I've got swamps, I've got... Color among permanents I control. I'm sorry, forgotten about how the Fabro Elder actually works. Let's get a Savai Triome. Now we've got all of our colors. That seems pretty okay. We're not gonna block with this anyway. So I guess this next turn we get out the Guideline station. Get out the Guideline station, no blocks. And then we have 6 mana. Ooh, Embercleave. Nice. We are at 1. That's really bad. That's really bad. Oh no. Play the Guideline station, I guess. We get some robots, but it does not matter. Decline, decline, decline. So they're going to do 12 damage to us. We have to block all of it. Right now we have 8, so we've got to get 4 toughness on the battlefield somehow. But we just can't without tapping that. So we're done. Good game. Well, game 3, not so great for us. Spark Hunter Massacre, Embercleave, baby. I love Throne of Eldraine. Don't love getting Embercleave to the face. That's how it goes. Alright, I think this is game 4. Let's give it another try. Right now we are 1-3. No, 1-2. 1-2? I think so. Hey, Tannic, Memorial Ensign. This is the Landfall Pinger, I believe. Yes, and they can draw if it's happened more than once. This does not give us enough. We're gonna mulligan. This is much better. We're missing black, but we can deal with it. And we can turn to Pawn Prophet if we really want to. Which maybe is a good idea. Generous Visitor. Are they doing enchantments? Oh, they got a mirror. Let's shock in the Stomping Ground and Pawn Prophet. See if we can get a black source or something else that's useful. Timeless Lotus is nice. A little slow. We have the ability to biomech and engineer right now. We've also got Bristly Bill. Pretty good. Venomous Brutalizer is brutal. Toxic 3. That's rough. Well, I think we biomech and engineer just to get the lander. We'll drop this planes. Pass. We can block the Brutalizer with the Pawn Prophet, just chump. If we Bristly Bill and then drop the mountain and then do the lander, we can make the biomech and engineer a 4/4. That's not bad. And the Festivities is going to wreck our day. So yeah, we're gonna just take 5 here and 3 poison. All right, we're doing Bristly Bill. Playing this mountain. We're gonna pump up Bristly Bill. We're gonna pass. Arlen. Okay. Haven't seen Arlen in a long time.
Between humans and werewolves.
Make some wolves, sure.
Whose company? 3's a pack.
C-Note Scout, okay. We need a black source, that's right. We've only got 1 swamp in the deck, but that is enough. We're going to... Bristly Bill is very strong, but what can we do beyond that? Kaith, I guess? Yeah, maybe we should have put the counter on the biomech and engineer. Get the Bristly Bill trigger here. We will go ahead and take out the Venomous Brutalizer. They're going much wider than I want them to. We can Wily Duke. And we can Evolution Sage. And we at least have some blockers. We're not dead. It's just... it doesn't feel good. What do you do, Arlen? Cast creature spells as though they had flash. And they come in with a counter on them. Contagious Vorak. This is an interesting mix of all will be 1 cards. Your Convert. Just interesting. Proliferating. Yeah. Harlan can make some more wolves next turn. Do we take 6? We take 6. I want to sacrifice the Mechan Engineer. Take 4. Loading zone does not help us do the thing we want to do. Let's Kaith, I suppose. Kaith can give us a little friend, which is good for blocking. Loading zone would give us counters if we'd wanted to do that, but I think it's fine. I don't think we're winning this one. Yep, still Arlening. A lot of all we want stuff. This is just, I guess, a poison deck? Is that the idea? A lot of proliferate? This proliferates? Yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. The Vorak can kill this, that's fine. We get out the Guideline station, we get 2 robots. And non-token. Yeah. Really want to get out the Timeless Lotus so we can Atraxa. Let's give that a try. We survive 1 turn and we can Atraxa, and Atraxa is a good way for us to stay alive with Atraxa's lifelink, I hope. We got loot. The lucky thing is that they're empty-handed. They're not able to pump out too many things.
Run free.
No swings. Not so lucky. Alright, we're gonna take 5 here. Alright. Now we can Atraxa. We've got 4 more mana, which we can use to emergency eject if we want to. Ooh, we can fabricate as well. Let's make ourselves a servo. Atraxa. Reflection net. Dryad. Let's see. Let's get ourselves a basic land. I think Intangible Virtue's good. And then... oh, they don't want to wait for it. Okay. Good game, nobody. That's not me being a jerk, that is their name. But they didn't want to wait through an Atraxa trigger. Alright. I feel like they had us there. But Atraxa was going to turn things around, at least with lifelink, if they didn't draw a removal spell. Which I don't think was out of the question. But alright. We are 2-2 for this video so far. Let's see if this is our last game. Alright, this is game 5. Hey, Servandum Sunstar Exemplar. This is the video that people seem to like most of the videos I've made. Check it out in the description below in that playlist. This is fine. Yeah, we can do this. We can turn 2 Rampant Growth, get ourselves some black mana. Love seeing Rampant Growth in Arena. Excellent. Shock it in, Rampant Growth. They don't want it. Wow. Never mind. Well, this won't be our last video, even though this is a win. That's a shame. Servandum, why? We wanted to play with you. Let's go into this next one. Maybe we can have a bit of redemption. Game 6. Versus... ooh, another Nemen. Or Menon, rather. This is Uthros Exile, the... is it one? Artifact Fall, put a counter on something. Seems good. We have... this is alright. Yeah, I can do that. I can deal with this. We need blue. But we'll get it turn 1 with a Fabled Passage. think we do Ziatoro's Proving Ground next. Ooh, yeah, we do. Because if we want, we can shock in the Sacred Foundry to have Swords to Plowshares up. But it looks like we don't need to right now. We can Rampant Growth as well, or we could Dryad if we get another land. We did. I think we'll do that. Let's Dryad. That's Sacred Foundry. Just come in tapped. Just take a little time. What are we missing? Nothing much, because we got the Dryad. Amped Raptor, okay. Non-land card. Oh, Thassa's Oracle. Wait, is that the game? What? Wait a minute. What did I just miss? Alright. When this enters, you get some energy, and if you cast it from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. So they had no other lands in their deck? Is that how this works? Oh! I get it. Okay. So there's only a few lands in this deck. You find the combo. Okay, got it. Well, we're going to play a 7th game. Because that is equally unsatisfying a loss to the unsatisfying win we just had. So game 7. Hey, it's Tezzeret. Like I was saying, Brawl lets you play a Planeswalker as your commander. That's cool. This gives... Oh, well, Tezzeret, that was a cruel captainship. You dashed our hopes. I guess we'll play an 8th game. That's a shame. Okay. Halia, Guided by Light. I trust you, Halia. You will not scoop. This is not a good hand. We will not keep it. This hand is fine. We've got Leyline. We've got Triomes. We've got a Fabled Passage, which we can tap for mana now. Paladin class is a little intimidating, but it's okay with me. Taps for everything. Great. Savai Triome. Taps for everything. Next turn we will Chromatic Lantern. Or we could Widespread Thieving, I suppose. That seems fun. Let's do that, in fact. Widespread Thieving. I like that. They've got Halia out already. Is it Halia? Halia? I don't know. Whew. That's rude. Because now we can fuss and bother. Oh, I guess we can't. We can Joshua and get some treasure. Oh. Things are going off on our opponent's side of the board. Well, let's Joshua and get some treasure. Discard some cards. Don't care about... these are a little too slow for us right now. Get a little something better. Well, it's something. We can Arcane Signet next turn if we need to. Sure would like to get the Guideline Station out, but yeah, figured we might not be able to keep Joshua. Welcoming Vampires here. The attack with... God, Adeline is so dangerous. We may have to go to a 8th game for us to have something to end on that's fun. Or at least... Okay, make a treasure. We can Growth Spiral, I guess. Yeah, do we survive this turn? We do survive it, but only survive it. Yeah, pass. Unlike a lot of 5-color commander decks, it's not enough just to get your commander onto the battlefield. That doesn't just stabilize you. Feels like it would be great if it did, but... Wow. Hellish Norn is gonna kill us. Alright. Do we draw a land even? Nope. I think this is the end of it. Good game. All of their stuff is enormous, and we just lose, yeah. It was a good game, Rick Deckard. Thank you for the game. I think we will do one more, since that was a very fast beatdown. Just to hope, just hope, that the video ends on a positive note. We'll try. Is this game 8? Game 9? It's anyone's guess at this point. We're back with Sammy again. I don't remember us doing well against Sammy last time, but they've all sort of blended together. This is not going to work. This is a little better, but only a little. Yeah, we're going to go with it. Hope for the best. We start with a Rogran Triome. We can at least Reflection Net to get rid of something of theirs if we need to. We get crimed by an Abraded Bluffs. We will play a green source. We can get lost something if we need to. They are playing Corey Steelcutter. That is probably worth getting rid of, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. Alright. Play an island, we'll play this Beast Rider, because at least it gives us a creature and an above rate one. Out of lands, unfortunately. Well, okay. Well, got another land, that's good. Let's attack. See what kind of interaction they have, if they have some. We are only missing black mana. Nothing, huh? Alright. Well, let's just get in for some damage. 9 to the face. Untap our creatures. Pass the turn. Maybe they were really counting on that Corey Steelcutter. They have a few small... Oh, Day of Judgment. That's good. Okay. But we can cultivate. Get ourselves a black source. Or one black source. And then it would be nice to have a little more, let's say, white. We can get lost whatever they play now, if it is Sammy. Maybe it is. Alright, well, the Fire Crystal is pretty scary. Do we Riptide? Riptide's pretty scary too. Let's do that. And tuck the Fire Crystal. Alright. Opponent continues to play lands. Koth is very good. Opponent continues to get lands. They go find a basic mountain, I assume. Right now they have 3 mountains. Now they will have 4 once they play that, and they can Zot a Riptide Gearhulk. Ooh, Cloud. Get Lost can take care of a Planeswalker, however. Traxa is very appealing. Let's... I need 4 mana here. Kaith. Kaith is going to get a counter. We're going to attack Koth. See if they take it. They do. Great. And then Cloud lets them equip things. Or rather, doubles their equipment triggers. So Koth is just going to get them more mana. Celestial Armor is very nice. But it doesn't help if the target gets lost. With that prowess trigger, I guess I could have done that last time after they didn't block and actually killed Koth. Ooh, Chandra. Chandra
This little candle's gonna set your world on fire.
gets a card, gets a mana, does it damage to us? Yeah, ladder.
Watch me heat up the dancing
Dancing
floor.
Sword is pretty cool. Looks like we can just go ahead and take out their planeswalkers.
That's it. I'm done playing.
And let's Atraxa.
Just when I was having a good time.
Draw some cards. Fabricate a touch. Get a counter on her. We will get Path to Exile. We'll get a command tower. We'll get this emergency eject. Let's just everything else. There we go. Don't really need the Guideline station when you have Atraxa, I suppose. You can Reflection Net to get rid of whatever they drop. Storm's Wrath is very good. Gets rid of one of our creatures. Do they have another or something like it? Ooh, Exemplar of Light is fine. But if we emergency eject the Exemplar of Light, I think that's the end of the game for them. Yeah, this is 14 damage. Good game, opponent. Alright. I did have fun in this match, thank you, but I'd rather skip it. Okay, well, that covers Midweek Magic. As usual, feel free to check out my channel to see the other Edge of Eternities commander decks that I've been building. If you want to do the Brawl Builder Challenge yourself, there's a lot of really cool Edge of Eternities commanders, as you can see from that commander playlist that you'll see linked in the video's description. So build something of your own. Try this out for the next couple of days. Again, you can use any cards on Arena. It's a Phantom event, so yeah. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe, and most of all, remember that Magic is fun. You should play more Magic.